Hello, everybody. It is Coach K. How are you guys doing? I am in my home office, and I haven't been in here because I need to clear the energy in here. I need to move things around a little bit. I am really excited about what's about to happen. I'm excited about what's about to take place. Welcome to Boss Talk. And this is Boss Talk with Coach K. Coach K is training. This is a series that I am launching, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm sure many of you have seen this book, and it's backwards to you guys, but it is the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John Maxwell. It is an older book. However, I read it when it first came out, and I read it again, and I have gotten some revelations that I have to share with you guys. So we're going to do Boss Talk, and if you wonder why we're doing it at 12:05, it's because a lot of people are at work, and I want them to be able to enjoy this on their lunch break. Hi Pam, how you doing, sweetheart? And just as an introduction, I want to open up something, and I want to give a shout out to somebody every day. And guys, I am going to every day give a shout out to somebody for their post. And the post of the day is a post from one of my good friends, Dana Newsome. She wrote on her post, "If you're gonna steal flyers and post, ask." And you're asking me, well, why are you starting with that? I'm starting with that because there's no way you can be a leader if you don't have integrity. I post a lot of things all the time, and prophetically, a lot of things come to me. And most 99.9% of the things that I post come off the dome. So before I can get some things up, people have posted it. I have a young lady named Rose Jacqueline. She is in a travel company. She will oftentimes repost my things, but she always asks. That's integrity. So if you're looking for travel, contact Rose Jacqueline. She's also a nurse, but she did it the right way. I have seen people take training that I've done, or a product or project that I've done, and get on live and present it as if it is their brainchild. No, I got this from Coach K or any of that. Just want to present it as their own. That's not integrity, it's stealing. And just let me tell you guys why it's an issue. It's an issue because Dana, if you know her, wants everybody to win. She is an open book. She will help you do whatever you need to do. So, not just stealing her post without at least letting her know is just the respectful thing to do. And she pays for some of those. Some of them she does on her own, but some of them she pays for. So now you've taken material that she's paid for and presented it as your own. Now, this is what I do with my team. My post that you see with my pictures on it, I give my team a blanket copy of that. So they can put their pictures and all of that on it and brand themselves with that. They have access to that. So they don't have a reason to take my post because they can actually brand themselves. You know that you could pray for creativity? People don't realize there are a lot of things you can pray for. Pray for creativity. And if you see something that you like, modify it. Don't just snatch somebody's post and then don't even give them credit for it, and you don't ask. That's just not integral. So I'll shout out to Dana Newsome for stepping out there and saying it, because you said what a lot of people want to say but won't say because they don't want to be unpopular. But if you know Dana Newsome's heart, you know she wants everybody to win, but right is right. And I've learned that common sense is not always common. Okay, so a couple of announcements. Number one, June 1st, we are starting our Biggest Loser contest. It is for 20 people. Well, fewer than that now because we've had some people sign up for it. For 30 days, we're going to go through the 30-33 kit. Don't worry if you don't have your stuff by June 1st, because the week of June 1st, we're going to prep your body for it. But inbox me so we can get your products to you. Number two, if you have not gotten a sample and if you are not a life changer already, inbox me so you can get a free sample of our product. Also, we're having a vision party, guys, coming up soon, but our vision parties are a little different in that we don't put our visions on a board that you end up sticking behind your dresser or somewhere because it doesn't match your furniture. We actually put it Well, those who join the vision party will know. So you got to stay tuned. Okay, so let's get started with this leadership training introduction. And again, the book that I am going to be training out of is John C. Maxwell, Laws of Leadership. So what's important about this to know is that it doesn't matter what business or what company you're in. You can sell travel, jewelry, TLC, hemp works, whatever. It doesn't matter what company you're in. If you have a business, this training series, the laws of leadership, the 21 irrefutable laws of leadership, is going to take your business to the next level. Now, let me explain something about my training approach. A lot of people try to be something that they're not. You're going to get Coach K, straight, no chaser. I'm going to be completely honest about my successes and about my failures, and I'm just going to be real. And part of being a dynamic leader is not worrying necessarily about your popularity, but actually giving people what is going to help them grow. And that doesn't make you popular all the time. So before we even get started, let me go ahead and turn off. Let me go on Do Not Disturb so you won't hear all that pinging. Okay, so let's get started. So the first thing, and this is just the introduction because I want to, for those of you all who have the book, I want you to be able to go pull the book out. We're going to go chapter by chapter. I want you to go get it. If you can get it, you can download it also. And I will try to reference pages if possible. I've already done the first chapter, but this is just the introduction. So if you have the book, read the introduction, and this is going to make sense. So what is true leadership? What is true leadership? Number one, leadership is the ultimate form of service. You got a lot of people out here who believe leadership is putting your picture on a flyer and having people acknowledge who you are and rah-rah you all day and all night. That's not leadership. That's fellowship. That's being that's having fans, but that's not leadership. Leadership is the ultimate form of service. A leader will always be seen in the trenches serving their people. So whether that's training them, whether that's working with them, whether that's going to an event with them to help them grow, you will always see a leader working with their people, not one sitting on a pedestal. And listen, guys, one thing about this training, it is very interactive. So type your questions and your comments in, and I'll stop at certain junctures to see what your comments are. So number two, what is leadership? What was leadership? Past leadership was based on position, privilege, and power. If you are in a home-based business, guess what? None of that matters. How do I know? Because everybody gets the same kit. Everybody gets the same comp plan. Everybody gets the same rules and regulations. What's the difference in you and people who may seem advanced over you? It's the fact that they read it. I can't tell you how many people, especially in network marketing, who don't even know how to go in their back office. They don't know how to log in. They don't know how. And if you're not logging in and you're not checking your numbers, that means that you're only using 10% of the functionality of your business. And the sad part about it is you have some leaders out there that don't even encourage you to go into your back office and to learn. And the reason they don't is because they don't want you to know that they are setting you up for the okie doke. What does that mean? That means there are some leaders out there that will tell you just do this, 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 and that. And you've got to be smart enough to pull back and say, okay, if I do this, how is it going to affect me? And how is it going to affect you? If you're getting more of a benefit from what I'm doing than I'm getting, then there's an issue there. Then there's no even exchange. So in the way to prevent that is to know things for yourself. For an example, I had not the leader that I'm with now, but I had a former leader that would tell me just enough truth to make it seem as though they were being truthful. But when I started doing research on my own, I realized, well, you left this out and you left that out and you left this out. And they left it out on purpose. They left it out because it would expose the fact that what they were telling me to do was not to help me grow. It was to help them grow. I love the company that I'm with. I don't know what company you're with. I love the company that I'm with because I don't care what position you're in. The only thing that the company asks you for is to get 3 products a month. And that's at the highest position, not a day, not a week, a month. And if you want to do extra, if they have a club or something, or they have a promotion, go ahead and do that. But the company requires 3 a month. Anybody can do that. So making it affordable for everybody is one of those things that knocks out uh, leadership being based on position, privilege, and power. Now leadership is based on you. It's not who let me here or whose team I'm on or this, that, and the third. You have to go and learn for yourself. Number 3, network marketing is fair because we were all given the same information. I just went over that. There is a particular law in this book that he left out. There were 2 principles that he left out. One was the law of addition. Leaders add value by serving others. You cannot add value by serving yourself. And let me explain that. You can't do that because the value is not necessarily just in you. Your value is in duplicating other people. You can't duplicate other people if you don't know who they are. If you don't spend time with them, if you don't know what personality trait they have, if you don't know what their driver is, how in the world can you serve them if you don't know them? You can't. You can't. That's why you have to have things set aside and set apart from business to get to really know the root of the person that you're dealing with. Number 1, so that you'll know whether this is somebody worth investing in. And number 2, is this person going to be an asset to this team? And if so, how can I help them be a better asset to this team? Notice I didn't say anything about me. I said how to help them. That's what leaders do. Number 5, the law of pictures. People do what they see and not what you say. There are a lot of people that say, I need you to do this. I want you to do this. I want you to do that. And what you don't understand is you can talk until the cows come home. People do what they see, not what you say. So you can't be the type of leader that tells everybody else, go get on the webinar, or go to the regional event, or go to the corporate event, and you're never there. That's a problem. That means that you are suffering from integrity issues because you are telling people to do things that you never seem to do yourself. So you need to fix that as a true leader. So let me look to see what comments we have so far, because I'm getting ready to go to another place. Hi, Connie. Hi, Kim. Hi, Joan. Hi, Joan. Hey, Pam. How you doing? Hi, Larry. Hi, Corey. I have to catch the replay. You're welcome. Hi, Hardy. Okay. So let's go to the second part, leadership requirements. And guys, again, this is the introduction. When I tell you oh my God, yes, I have been doing research on chapter 1 for 2 days now. So tomorrow's class is going to be bananas. But anyway, leadership requirements. Leadership requires you to have the ability to do more than one thing well. You got to be able to you can't be a one-trick pony. You can't just do retail. I mean, you can for a while, but after you've done retail and you got your bills squared away and you got your coin right, something in you should desire more. Something in you should desire residual pay so you don't have to work as hard. So you have to hone your craft and your skills so that you're not just a one-trick pony. I mean, in my business, we have 5 different ways to get paid. You need to research the 5 ways and figure out how you can become a master at all 5 so that you can get 5, what's the equivalent of 5 paychecks a week instead of just the one retail check. Does that make sense? Now, listen, retailers, I'm not getting on you because a lot of people jump into retail first because a lot of times there's a need that has to be met. You've met your need now. What? When are you going to take it to the next level? I told you we're going to be real honest here. Focus is important to achievement. You got to learn how to focus. I think my leader yesterday was on talking about having multiple streams of income, but you have nothing to feed the multiple streams. You've got to become very good. I told myself that before I start with another income stream, I'm going to be at the point where I'm making 10,000 a week doing this. Why? Because you got to be good at something before you enlist in something else, because when you try to get multiple streams of income, then your attention is segmented, it's separated. So, you got to make sure that your time management is great. But how can you be a master at several businesses when you haven't mastered one? So you got to focus. Leaders got to multitask. Let me tell you something, guys. When I am doing something and you're around me, I'm on my phone, I'm making a sale, I'm doing training, I'm sending a receipt, I'm sending out a tracking number. I'm doing 5 or 6 things at one time, because I've had to learn how to multitask and how to be multifaceted, because time is of the essence. And when you have a business and you have so many other people that are in the business, if you don't answer the clarion call, somebody else will answer it for you, because you got some people out here who don't have integrity. They're just thirsty and they will go around you. I mean, even when you put things down there, I tell people oftentimes, and this is a tip, to inbox me, because if it's about a sale and they put their name down there, other people will inbox them before I can get to them, even though they weren't looking for them. And the thing about that is, it's something about being in business. And because I have a millionaire mindset, I'm never worried about money running out, because people with a millionaire mindset knows that money is always flowing. So you don't have to be protective over what people do to cut your flow of money, because when you put good things in the universe, money's going to always find you. So even when people try to cut you off, what they end up doing is cutting themselves off. There are 21 laws in this book. Even the writer of the book, John C. Maxwell, says he does not do all 21 well. So by the end of this, you may not do all 21 well, and that's what we want. Why? Because we want you to focus on what you don't do well. Let me tell you what happens with people who take tests. People have a testing phobia, because what they do is, when they're studying, they feel real good about what they know. So they study what they know. They don't study what they don't know, because that means that they've got to give extra effort to learn something new. So when they go and take the test, they don't do well on the test. Not because they didn't have the ability to know the answer. It's because they got stuck on what they did know and did not study what they don't. This book is going to help identify what you don't know, and it's going to teach you, not just say, oh, you don't know this, so you're not a good person. It's going to say, you don't know this, but this is how you learn this. This is how you put it into action. This is how you become better at it. And we're going to show you how you can continue to run your business with the things that you don't know, how you can get around that. That's going to be one of the things that we talk about in the book. Let's see, first of all, let me see before I go here, because I'm getting ready to go. Okay, no more questions. Okay, so this one is something. This is something. In order to become a real leader, you have to get a real leadership team. Okay, so those of you all who are used to working by yourself, being by yourself, doing everything alone, being a lone ranger, let me explain to you, not going to work in leadership. Not going to work if you want a huge organization, because you cannot have a huge organization of one. So you have to get a real leadership team. What do you mean by real, Coach K? Because I know you mean something. What I mean is, number one, people who can be familiar but respect your position. You have to have leaders that are close enough to you that you will, and everybody's not in this category. Let's get that straight, because you have a team, you have a tribe, you have a team, and you have an organization. There are 3 different buckets: a tribe, a team, and an organization. Your tribe is a very few that you keep around you, that you trust, that you confide in, that you know won't stab you in the back, that you can give instruction to and they will take it. Your tribe is people you can go to dinner with and kiki and turn around and say, I need you to do so and so and so, and they do it and don't look at you like, but we friends. And I don't feel like, no. Your tribe understands that it is a privilege to be this close, but at the same time, they don't forget that you have a job to do. So when you give an instruction, they follow the instruction. That's your tribe. So when you are building, you've got to make sure that your tribe can respect your position, although you have them close to you. Another thing, as far as getting a real leadership team, you want to select people who will invest back in the business by pouring back into you. Okay? You want people to invest back in your business by pouring back into you. Well, you're the leader. Why do I have to pour into you? Because leaders get drained. Leaders get tired. And yes, most of their pouring is going to be coming from their leader. Yes, but you can pour back into your leader. How do you do that? You show up. When your leader calls a meeting, you're there. When your leader says we're going to a regional event, you figure out a way to try to get there. When your leader says we have a goal of XYZ this week, you try to hit the goal. And if you can't hit the goal, you call your leader. Let me tell you, I got a leader. She knows who she is. I'm not even gonna call her out. Call me yesterday to say, Karen, there's something that I'm supposed to do that I can't do. I want to call you in advance to let you know that this won't be done. Is number one, how can I help, and how can we prevent this from happening again? That's a leader. Now, somebody who's not a real leader would have known that they had a deliverable, didn't turn the deliverable in, and didn't tell you they weren't going to turn it in. Just let the chips fall where they may. But this person understands team, and they understood their obligation could have knocked someone else out of qualification, and they didn't want their team to suffer because they couldn't do something. That's leadership. It's not that you can always come through. It's that you can tell your leader when you can't. It's also you showing up for your leader because your leader shows up for you. If you got a leader that embraces training, and they're teaching you and they're training you and they're walking you through the back office and they're walking you through the comp plan and they're walking you through all these other things that can make you successful and make you have a successful team, yes, pouring back into them by showing up and being engaged and by bringing other people to the organization is how you pour back into that leader. The third thing to get real leadership, this is a tough one because we always want people to agree. We always want people to be in our amen corner and to lift us up. But that will make you the weakest leader that you will ever be. Is to put people in your organization that agree with everything that you say because they are afraid to lose positioning with you or favor with you. So everything that you say, there's yes, it's a great idea. Yes, it's a great idea. Absolutely not. People who love you enough, when you bring people into your organization, make sure that you recruit people who love you enough to tell you the truth respectfully, regardless of how popular it makes them. You gotta have somebody on your team that sharpens the iron. That person for me is Kim. If there is something, she is not a yes person. If there is something that she doesn't understand, she will stop me and question me about it. If it's something that she feels will do more harm to the organization than good, she will question me about it. Can it be frustrating? Yes, it can be frustrating at times because you just want to go. But you need to have somebody in your organization that's willing to tell you that that is going to cause a ripple effect, or that may not be good for this season, or can we come up with another solution? You don't need people around you that's in your tribe, your inner circle, that'll just tell you yes, because they are afraid that you are going to mistreat them, stop communicating with them, stop showing them favor, stop supporting them openly. You can't be afraid of that. That just may be what you're called to this organization to do. Everybody is not going to have that role. But when you have people that love you enough to be honest with you and tell you the truth, you need to hang on to that person. It's so much easier to hang on to the people that just want to tell you how great and how marvelous you are. But those people will make you weak. They will make you weak, and they will make your organization weak, because you need to have several different perspectives. There's so many different personalities out here. You've got the red, which is, dominant. You got the green that's going to question everything. You got the blue that's going to actually want to have fun all the time. And you have the yellow that is benevolent. You need to have all of those perspectives, because all of those perspectives make a balanced and a great team. If your team is all reds, dominant personalities like mine, you are not going to have a team, because everybody's going to quit because you got too many people trying to be the boss. If you got a team full of blues, people who are just like you, just want to have fun all the time, you're not going to get anything done. If you have a team full of people who are benevolent, yellows, they going to give away all your product and you're not going to make a profit. If you have a team of all greens, that means y'all going to stand around and you're going to analyze everything to death and nobody's going to make money. Everybody balances out everybody else. So don't get so comfortable. And I see this in organizations, and all you can see it too in the organization. When you look at the organization, everybody at the top is alike. That means you got one perspective. That means that your business has one perspective. One perspective. And people have this thought that, well, if I put this demographic and that demographic in my tribe, then I've got diversity. No, the demographic doesn't make you diverse. The personality makes you diverse. I don't care what country they come from. If they think like you, then you still have one perspective from several different countries. What you need is different perspectives, no matter what countries they come from. So you want to make sure that you have diversity. Make sure that you have diversity, and make sure that you have somebody who will respectfully question you or respectfully let you know that something that you're doing could be done better. Okay? So, another one. Take inventory on what your weaknesses are. Don't just deal with strengths. And we've already talked about that, because we all want to be strong. If, I know what my strengths are. I know what my weaknesses are. And I have been working on my weaknesses for months, and will continue to work on my weaknesses for the rest of my life, because I don't want a weak area. But you got to be willing to look in the mirror and say, I'm weak there. It may be I'm not a good recruiter. I need to take a class to learn how to recruit. You know what I did this weekend? I didn't go to a barbecue. I didn't have any of that. I am learning 3 or 4 new platforms. I'm in class the whole holiday. Why? Because it was the time that I had some downtime, and it was the best time for me to take. I'm a trainer. So I'm a trainer and a teacher by nature, but even I need to be trained. And I know that. So I'm always sharpening my skills. And why? Not sharpening my skills on things that I'm already good at. I'm learning things that I don't know. Different platforms that I've never been exposed to. Why? Because you always have to grow. Another one, fill your organization with people who have skills that you don't. That is the secret to not having all 21 of these laws down pat in the beginning. Does it mean that you shouldn't try to learn all these laws? No, that's not what it means. It means that while you're in the process of growing, that you put people around you that have more abilities than you do. A great leader will always build to their weakness. I'm a weak communicator. I'm going to get a communicator on my team. I'm a weak recruiter. I'm going to get a recruiter on my team. I'm weak with my people skills. I'm going to get someone who is great with people. I'm weak with benevolence. I'm going to make sure I get somebody who's very caring on my team, because I'm weak there. Build to your weakness, and you won't have a hole in your organization. But in order to do that, you've got to be honest about where you're weak. I already talked about that. One thing about these laws, guys, the benefit of the 21 irrefutable laws is, number one, the laws can be learned. You can learn them. You are going to have to adjust and make some change, risk being uncomfortable, risk not being a master at something because you're learning a new skill set. You're going to have to do that, but the laws can be learned. The laws can stand alone as well. Your laws, they can stand by themselves. the laws carry consequences. That is one of the most important things you're going to learn, is that the laws carry consequences. If you don't follow the laws, your leadership won't be as effective as you need it to be. And yes, you want followers, but you want followers on your team that can lead. And you can only take people as far as you've gone, really a step below where you've gone. So once they get to that level and you can't take them any further because you refuse to increase your skill sets, they're going to find somebody else to go to take them to the next level. So if you don't constantly try to grow, then you will lose your team. Don't just identify your weaknesses. Work to improve them yourself first, then in others after you've improved. So what people do is, oh, I'm not good at law number 5, and you want to sit and have that pity party. You don't have time for that. You have to get law number 5 under your belt, because you got 5 or 6 people on your team who struggles with law number 5 too, and you can't teach them something you're not walking in yourself. So guys, that's just the introduction. When I tell you the people we're going to be discussing, the billionaires and millionaires that we're going to be discussing, and issues that they've gone through and how they've overcome and what they've faced in leadership. And this is, again, going to be interactive. You can ask me questions while the class is going on. And also I have a printout. So if you want to print out, I'll be glad to share that with you. Because this is an open forum. We want to share as much information as we can. And I just wanted to say that this segment is sponsored by... we're going to be talking about the resolution drops. For those of you who have never used resolution drops, these are our weight loss in a bottle. I'm very candid about the fact that I had a weight loss surgery that did not work. $24,000, I lost 2 pounds. Resolution is our weight loss in a surgery in a bottle, in that once you take the resolution with the plan that comes along with it, many people have given the testimony that they have lost 30 plus pounds in a month. What we suggest, though, is that before you start the resolution drops, that you go through the 30-33 for a month and prepare your body for it, because you need to prepare your mind for this. But this is one of the tools that we're going to be using during our weight loss challenge that starts June 1st. So again, if you don't have resolution drops and you have been on the 30-33 before, even if you feel like you can do it without that, that's fine. We're going to coach you through it. Inbox me, because I have a few boxes of these that we are having a special on today. So by way of announcements, June 1st, our weight loss challenge starts. June 1st, inbox me for that. If you want free samples, inbox me for that. And we're going to have a vision party live June 1st or 2nd. I'll have to check with my administrative staff to see how that's going. So I want you guys to please share this, like this, share it with your teams. Feel free to share this information, because this is, again, a free training. I do have some trainings that I charge for, but this is a free training, and it's for anybody in any business. Most of my examples will come from the business that I'm in, because I can talk about what I know, but it doesn't matter whether you sell jewelry, travel, whether you health and wellness, CBD, doesn't matter what you do in your home-based business. This will take your business to the next level. When I tell you, chapter number 1 had me studying for 3 days. So it's going to be like that. Hi, Jaco, how you doing? Hello, Mary Allen. Yes, guys, share this with your team. Share this. And we're going to keep it to leadership 101. Anybody got any questions for me? I just want to thank all of you for coming on, and make this alive. Make it a watch party. Like it, share it, because it's only going to get better from here. It is Boss Talk with Coach K at 12:05 every day. So even if you're at work, you can put your earphones in and take a listen while you're eating your healthy lunch. I love you guys. I will talk to you soon. Bye now.